whole thing with the registrations, the 1-to-1 rule, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that Flick is probably starting to get a little frustrated or maybe tired of the Barca board?
They still haven't been able to register Gerard Martin.
Yeah, and they still there you go, and they still haven't been able to register John Martin. So do you think Flick, with the comments that he's been making so far in the press conference, he's getting tired?
I
Or
think so,
frustrated?
and I think this is what Deco kind of warned them about.
Yeah.
It's Barcelona. I think it's very hard to coach Barcelona because sometimes the politics get involved. And at Barcelona, unfortunately, sometimes I think that, like in this case, Deco, right? I don't know what he's doing, but it's been complicating things for Gerard Martin's registration. And I feel like Flick, I don't know, they asked him, what do you think about Fermin's and Casal's sell? And he said, I don't want to sell either one of them. I need them. We have a long season. And then he's pushing for them to go ahead and register Gerard Martin for a reason. And then he also said that he was getting he didn't like the way the 1-for-1 rule hasn't been settled yet. So I think so, dude.
So you're starting to see some
Yeah,
frustration.
I think so.
And I wouldn't be surprised because when he first came in, right, he knew what situation Barca were in.
Yeah.
But at some point, I mentioned it to you earlier, right? At some point, you as a coach, you kind of expect the club to kind of get their books in order.
Yeah.
To basically get the crap together, and basic things like registrations, bro. And when the season already started, it should already been settled. Gerard Martin shouldn't have to be, waiting on the sidelines because he can't play because he hasn't been registered. So. And I did also mention to you that, at the end of the day, Flick only lasted at Bayern Munich 2 years, two seasons. So I know he has a contract all the way until June, the summer of 2027, but nothing can prevent from Flick from being like, you know what, this is the last season, and then I'm out.
If politics get involved, the way, you can tell it's kind of getting, like where, I don't know, the sporting director, the board is trying to dictate, who goes, who comes in. A coach can get tired of that, dude. Yeah. Any coach in any club. We've seen it happen in every other club.
So Barca better be careful because, Flick might be like, you know what, yeah, I'm out after the season, and then.
Don't worry, bro. We have Deco still.